around 10, 12, that's a PM. But tonight, because we are always trying as much as possible to move and live with the legends. Always we try and figure out who the legend or whom we should talk about. But today we are not talking about anybody not less than a legend who has lived a good role. Legend over kase legend we dear. You know, and another penasem. He is not no more other. When I say Philip, I don't think you know Philip. But Philip was part of his name. Philip was part of his name. Then let's start. But do you know one thing? He was a musician. If you like it, yes or no. He was a musician who tried as much as possible to inspire the youth, to inspire the community, to inspire everybody with his song. And it's no Give us 20 Pro. Hello, bro. You are on. Thank you. Yeah, sharp. So today is like we want to look at a legend, and the legend is not more anybody other than Philip. Me, I call him Philip because Philip was part of his name, but maybe you don't know Philip. Philip is a man who is called Lucky Dube. Lucky Dube is a Philip. He was Lucky Philip Dube, but because of entertainment or because of his general style of living, he tried as much as possible to put away some of his name. Same as me and Mike Cages. But when it comes to the book side, or when I go to the school side, I have a name that I use there. But Philip Lucky Dube was a great man. Not a great man as say or you be a Safa. Today we feel like talking to Jamaicans. Yeah, me I don't know how my part go pull out. So if you can send me or help me with my patwa, then I will feel jam. Yeah, hope you get me. It's no much other than Lucky Dube, and we want to talk more. We want to look at a legend Lucky Dube. When you hear the word Lucky Dube, or what comes into your mind? What comes into your brain? What comes into your life? What do you hear in your ears? When we say Lucky Dube, I think all what you hear is he was a musician. But have you tried as much as possible to find the history of Lucky Dube? Maybe yes, maybe no. That's why legends we try as much as possible to give out or to learn something about a person who has done something that we need or we might copy. Me, I'm not a musician. Maybe you're a musician. You are not a musician, but for you hearing such things could have or will help you to shape someone who wants to be a musician. Let's go straight. As we always say, we use Wikipedia more than any other platform. So if your information is on Wikipedia and it's not much well organized, try and know that we are going to use it. So let's go out and look at the person we are talking about, Lucky Dube. It's almost 10:17. It's 10:17 p.m. in Ghana, but right now I don't know the time. Let's look at the time right now in Jamaica. In Jamaica time. Okay. Jamaica time now. So in Jamaica it's 5 p.m. So this means that we are ahead of Jamaicans when it comes to time. Right now, some people are sleeping, some people are almost tired, but Jamaicans are also trying as much as possible to bring everything into conclusion before they get to or before they go to their various places. So right now, all what we want to look at is the man called Philip Lucky Dube. He was born on October 1964. If you know much about Lucky Dube, you can also share your comment. You can also leave a comment for us to learn or to know much about him. But right now, we are taking much from Wikipedia because that's where they put a lot of stuff. They put a lot of biography about that man. How you get what I mean? So Philip Lucky Dube was a South African. There are things coming that you might say, hey Charlie, was it true or it's not true? Let's go back again. Philip Lucky Dube was a South African reggae musician and Rastafarian. His record sales across the world earned him the Best-Selling African Musician Prize at the 1996 World Music Awards. In his lyrics, Dube discussed issues affecting South Africa and Africans in general to a global audience. He recorded 22 albums in a 25-year period and was African best-selling reggae artist of all time. So, if you think Lucky Dube was a Jamaican artist, he was a South African artist. That's what Wikipedia is saying. So, if you have something to prove it wrong, you can just send your comment. You can just send your chat for us to know much about Philip Lucky Dube, the man we are talking about him. Let's look at his biography. Lucky Dube was born in Emilo. Emilo is Transvaal, now Mpumalanga, on 3rd August 1964. So in 1964, as he was born, his parents separated before his birth. The man we are talking about him. His parents separated before his birth, and he was raised by his mother, who named him Lucky. That's why he got the name Lucky, because she considered his birth fortunate after a number of failed pregnancies. We are talking about a legend. So if you have time, or if you can get a time, try as much as possible to listen to the legend we are talking about him. Before his birth, the family or the mother has been through in a pregnancy failures. But fortunate for the mother gave birth to him. I think these are the reason, or it can be part of the reason why even the father left the mother. Because you see, You see how the whole issue started. But Deep, along with his two siblings, Pandi and Madla, so Lucky Dube has a two siblings. That Pandi and Madla Dube spent much of his childhood with grandmother Sarah, while his mother relocated to work. In 1999 interview, he described his grandmother as his greatest love in 1999. That's what Lucky Dube described his grandmother, because his grandmother took care of him. His grandmother did everything for him, because during that time his mother needed to go back to work, but she gave him out to his grandmother. Let's quickly look at the musical beginnings. Why we think Lucky Dube is a Jamaican, but not knowing he was a South African musician. Dube worked as a gardener in his younger years, but later decided to go to school. Wow! In order to improve his economic prospects. There he joined a choir and with some friends formed his first musical ensemble, the Skyway Band. While at school, he discovered the Rastafarian movement. At the age of 18, Dube joined his cousin's band, the Love Brothers. So before everything, his cousin was also into the music industry. So Dube tried as much as possible, say, the school plan about join the choir there. Why can't I join my cousin's band group? That was the Love Brothers, playing Zulu pop music known as Mbakanga. The band signed with Steel Record Company and recorded the album Lucky Dube and Super Soul. And Dube began to learn English. So he began to learn English in 1986 together with his cousin Richard Siluma. Dube released the Africans album Die Capsay Dance, followed by the EP Help My Crap. So you see, Lucky Dube Lucky Dube was singing in their language. That is the Mbakanga. But as they knew, or as they saw that the music can go far or can go a distance, he tried, or the team tried as much as possible to help him learn English. And as you all know, English in this world take a lot of people to understand what you are saying. That's why as much as possible we try our possible best to give out all what we need, all what we say in English. Because we have a lot of Africans here, we have a lot of Europeans in our channel. We have even Hindis in our channel. So, not learning English, I think English, French, and Chinese, there are some languages in this world that's leading the world. So, all what we need to do is to learn them. So, Dube released the Africans album Die Capsay, followed by the EP Help My Crab the same year under the name Om and See. Let's look at the reggae side. On the release of his fifth album, Dave Segar, who became Dube's sound engineer, so Dube's sound engineer was Dave Segar, encouraged him to drop the super soul element of the name. All subsequent albums were recorded as Lucky Dube. Around this time, the singer noticed that, Charlie, something is coming. Noticed that fans were responding to guys. So this time, Lucky realized that Charlie fans were responding positively to some reggae songs he played during concerts. Drawing inspiration from Jimmy Cliff and Peter Tosh, he felt the social political message associated with Jamaican reggae were relevant to a South African audience in an institutional racist society. He decided to try the new musical genre in 1984, released the Mimi album Rastas Never Die. Rastas never die. If you think a Rastafarian die, no. Even up to now, people don't know if Jesus Christ was a Rastafarian or, but everybody or part of the economies have their own understanding. So it became like he decided doing the record. So he decided to try the new musical genre in 1984, released the mini album Rastas Never Die. The record sold poorly, around 4,000 units, in comparison to the 30,000 units his Kanga records would sell. That was the pity side of it. Keen to suppress anti-apartheid activism, the regime banned the album in 1985 because its critical lyrics, such as the song War and Crime. Dube was not discouraged, however, and continued to perform the reggae tracks live and wrote and produced a second reggae album. Think about the children. If you think or if you say my album, my records is about fight or do this and that, he released another album that was titled Think About the Children. So think about the children. I think about the children in 1985. It achieved platinum sales status and established Dube as a popular reggae artist in South Africa, in addition to attracting attention outside his homeland. Let's look at the commercial side of Lucky Dube. So in Dube continued to release commercial successful album. In 1986, he won 4 OKTV awards for Prisoner, 1 for Captured Life the following year, and other 2 for House of Ezra the year. His 1993 album Victims sold over 1 million copies worldwide. In 1995, he earned a worldwide recording contract with Motown. Wow. So when you go back to 1985, one of his album was rejected, but he was never discouraged to what he was doing. So he continued as much as possible, and even won a commercial and critical success. So in 1995, he earned a worldwide recording contract with Motown. His 1995 album Trinity was the first release on Taboo Records after Motown acquisition of the label. Let's look at what happened in 1996. He released the compilation album Serious Reggae Business, which led to him being named the best-selling African recording artist at the World Music Awards and the International Artist of the Year at the Ghana Music Awards. Wow! So what the year? So in 1996, if you want to know or if you want to find out the person who won Ghana Music Awards internationally, that was Ken Lucky Dube. So sorry guys, the network. We are living in a poor network moment right now. So in addition to performing music, Dube was sometime actor. He was sometime an actor because when you're a musician, you need to know how to act because of the video you shoot. The video you shoot helps you to be directed and know much more about acting. So Dube took reggae music and used it as a platform to promote racial equality within South Africa during apartheid. He used the musical genre to frame his argument about colonialism and the African slave trade and how he felt that Africans should be reclaimed by the black race. So I think these are some of the things in Ghana Dr. Kwame Nkrumah was also promoting. But you see, Dube was a musician, but he tried as much as possible to use his platform, to use his musical platform to speak something about Africa. Dube was not a Jamaican. When we say reggae, when you hear the word reggae, we all at times put our mind that reggae is from Jamaica, but Dube was a South African person. But unfortunate for him, as he was grinding and coming up, automatically there was a sudden death. Let's look at what happened. On 18th October 2007, Lucky Dube was killed by armed robbers. Charlie, listen to the date again. 18th October 2007. Lucky Dube was killed by armed robbers in Rustenburg, a Johannesburg suburb. Johannesburg is in South Africa. Shortly after the lighters off again. We have to end it here, guys. Ah.